Hi, and welcome back to class. We have been doing so much work over these last few weeks, and we've been working on our poetry portfolios that you are going to be turning in today. Today, I want us to finalize our portfolios. I want you to review your portfolios with handout 21A, which is our poetry performance checklist, and make markings for expression for your performance. So when you go to that handout, you will see this. So this is where your poetry performance checklist is. So if you look here, it's going to ask you a series of questions. I used varied volume and appropriate emphasis. Did you get loud in some moments and get softer in others? Put a check mark, or if you did. I paused for emphasis at least once. Put a check mark. I read at appropriate pace, varying speeds, and appropriate for the content of my poem. You will go through this checklist to see if you have completed all of the tasks here. Make sure that when you make these decisions that you're thinking about what exactly it is that you're saying. If you're being happy, or if you're talking about a pleasant time inside of your poem, your tone should probably be an upbeat tone. You probably shouldn't say that in a sad way. So think about what and how you're saying it when you complete your poetry performance checklists. To continue, we are going to look at our focusing and content framing questions. And we're going to ask ourselves, what does it mean to be a storyteller? What does it mean to be a storyteller? And content framing question in our know stage says, how does my work with poetic expression build my knowledge of performing poetry? What did you learn from your poetic expression decisions? What is one aspect of poetic expression that you've learned in the module and that you plan on using in your performance? So think back to those videos that we watched. What were some of the things that the speaker did with their voice or did with their hands in order to do an accurate poetic expression? Are you planning on doing some of those in your own? And finally, I want you guys to check off any completed items on your planning packet checklists and then submit your final end of module poetry portfolios together with handout 30C. I'll have an area inside of Schoology for you all to turn this in. So let's think about our content framing question. We know that if we can answer our content framing question, then we have successfully completed the module or the lesson. In our know stage, how does my work with poetic expression build my knowledge of performing poetry? There's also going to be a series of discussion questions to go ahead and finish up for this module. And I want you to think to yourself, how did your performance as a storyteller build your knowledge of the power of storytelling? What was your favorite thing you've learned in this module? And what knowledge are you going to carry forward with you as you go on in life? For our vocabulary deep dive, we're going to have another vocabulary assessment. I'll have this linked inside of Schoology for you to take care of. Be reminded that the answers do not have to be in complete sentences or spelled perfectly. The main concern is that you know the definition of the word. All right, guys. I want you to also describe one aspect of your learning that helped you succeed on your assessment. That's going to be it for today's lesson and the end of our first module. We're done with poetry. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please come to office hours. I'll see you soon. Bye.